bridge that gap to the two guys at the front.
So Schultz, Jacobson, and Peterson on row number 1.
Then they're going to be followed there by Blake Davis, Ty Scott, and Kayla Yakov. Then we have Corey Alexander, Josh Hayes back there in the middle of that third row next to Jake Lewis, Teague Hobbs, Dave Anthony, and Max Vandenbroek. Max Van there rolling on a new bike this year. Rodeo, Collins, Enriquez, Williams, Sneed, and Nassani outside row 6. LaRoche, DeLeon, Horney, Oman, Mags, and Logan Monk. And then just on the back there, Alan Bean, Duffy, and Lindsey McGregor are going to run out the field.
And just of note, 5 of the new R9 Yamahas in the top 10, including Jake Lewis on the
impressive.
Altus Motorsports bike. So transitioning from the GSXR 750 from last year to the R9 this year. Here we go, Motovation Supersport, race number 1 at Barber Motorsports Park. And we are on our way to lap number 1. And Matthew Schultz, in his first race start on the Yamaha R9, gets an incredible launch.
And again, Greg, they've done a lot of testing, so you know these two bikes at the front. This weekend, he's got Kyle Wyman helping do some crew chiefing down there. Talked to Kyle this morning, and he said it's so easy working with this kid. As you see, PJ now tries to get by Ty Scott as they go into turn 1. He moves his Ducati into third. So we got the same kind of guys at the front, with the exception of Blake Davis. We saw him last year, like I said, Greg, win at Jersey, but it was a slow-moving progress throughout the year. Then he signs on with this track racing team, and I'm sure he's learning a lot there, not only with the team itself, but with the teammate that he's got just up in front.
Yeah, and you throw there in 5th place the 45 of Cam Peterson on the Celtic Economy Lube Plus Tire Warhorse HSBK Ducati V2. And oh, Corey Alexander gets stuffed.
Yeah, he went by Josh on the way in. You can see Jake Lewis right behind him. He actually passed Josh on the way in. Corey got back by there but here you go, Greg. He goes down to the inside. Now Josh is going to be patient. He's going to turn the bike back up underneath Corey and just stand Corey up a little bit. I'm sure Corey was waiting for that to happen.
Yeah. So Corey Alexander desperate to close that gap at the moment. Alexander on the 23 out Austining, New York, in the Ray Hall Ducati Moto with roller die and forming. So the Panigale V2 rider is setting sail. There's Jake Lewis on the 85. We talked about him. He was in World Supersport like a month and a half ago at Phillip Island, and they went 2 for 2 right out of the gate.
Yeah, Monzi came out and won at Phillip Island, and even this last weekend, Ken Onchu won the first race at Portimao, only to crash out of the second one with a bit of a lead. So the thing is that what I'm starting to notice, though, is that number 1 is just starting to stretch it. It was 0.6 that time through. So now you're going to start see PJ start to really look around. If you look in the left side of your screen here, you're going to see Blake get out onto that curbing and get just over the edge and get that thing spinning up and bucking him out of the seat ever so slightly. So you can see PJ's all over the back of him now. 15 is looking for a way through.
So PJ Jacobson on the yellow Ray Hall Ducati Moto with Expel machine. Up the inside he goes, and he'll take over that spot. So good, clean move from PJ Jacobson to take over second place.
Yeah, that time through, PJ matched the lap time of Matthew Schultz, but like to your point, 1.7 as Cam Peterson now goes up underneath Ty Scott down into turn 1 as Kayla continues to pull forward. Hannah, what you got on Cam? Just like that, gets on it. Ty Scott looking to try to sneak up the inside, and he's going to make that pass back as they go through turn 2. Now, as they come up over the top of this crest, let's see if Kayla can try to figure out a way to get to the left-hand side of Ty Scott and outbreak him. Not quite close enough. Here we go, Greg. He gets out there wide. He just got too fast into that turn, and this is going to throw him. And it didn't throw him as hard, but maybe he jammed his leg or something. We saw him getting up and limping. Got off, I think, pretty good bike.
Anthony and Josh Hayes round out your top 10.
You're going to see here, he just gets out in the grass. He's trying to get it turned and then kind of loses the front, obviously, in the grass, Greg, and falls off. Now, this bike's going to pirouette around. It's on the foot pegs, but you're going to start to see it. It's going to keep driving forward. See that? So the motor's still running. Gets a little bit further back, but the 23 is in the frame now. We got a red flag, Greg, and I know why. That bike was on the inside of the track, so the throttle stuck on that MV Agusta and drug itself all the way across the inside of the track to where the corner workers and stuff probably couldn't get to it.
Yeah, additionally, they're going to want to check that track to see if there's any fluid, but it looked like declared the winner. Yep, so Schultz, PJ Jacobson, and Blake Davis. The debut here in MotoAmerica in the Motovation Supersport class as the Yamaha R9 with a maiden victory. And we're going to talk to Matthew Schultz about that when we come back.
So close, and then also too, just the way he's able to back those laps up. I mean, that's 0.6 quicker than the previous race record. So for Matt, he felt confident when they interviewed him this morning. You could tell he was really confident on used tires.
Yeah, technically 2.9 seconds. Blake Davis in there. Ty Scott, Kayla Yakov. What a battle. Corey Alexander was moving forward. Cam Peterson, not sure what happened with him. Jake Lewis, David Anthony, and Josh Hayes rounding out your top 10.